Now, I don't know if you've had this thought, but my observation is that the universe loves irony. And one of the particular ironies of my life is that I happen to be triggered by things breaking or things going wrong or a malfunction in a technology of any kind that is outside my control. It really triggers my anxiety. You know, I've talked elsewhere about my lifelong struggles with mental health, anxiety, overwhelm, depression, my various neurological and neurobehavioral proclivities that have limited me in certain situations. And one of the big challenges in my life is that my response to anxiety, my learned response to anxiety was anger. My father was this way, my mother, I grew up in a household of explosive anger. And I learned that anytime I might feel anxious or afraid, I would kind of get, you know, enraged. And this was a terribly unhealthy pattern in my life. So I have spent, years, probably decades, trying to engage with that and improve. So I become less reactive, more calm, more able to engage with problems and challenges as they come up. And one thing I've learned is that it's exactly like exercise. If you want a muscle or a neuromuscular skeletal system to improve, you have to train it. And by train, I guess we mean challenge it. You've got to stress the system so that the body naturally improves it and solidifies it and makes it better, right? So you stress out your muscles and tendons and skeleton and they get stronger. Well, for nervous system anxiety disorders, my realization has been that you've got to do that too. You have to train your nervous system. You have to engage with it and get yourself basically better able to tolerate the conditions under which you've previously collapsed into anxiety. And so the irony of the universe is that while tech failures have been one of my big triggers, I have inherited the job of maintenance man to this esoteric, strange, custom manufacturing equipment that nobody knows anything about. I mean, it's all assembled from off-the-shelf tech, and there are manuals and things, but the way it's put together is custom. And through the combination of consulting with experts and reading and experimenting, I've just had to figure out how to fix this stuff and how to maintain it. And it is precisely the thing that, would normally drive me completely crazy and has, in fact. I've been doing this 15 years. At the beginning, I literally screaming and yelling and throwing things because of a machine that's not working that I can't figure out. I'm actually deeply embarrassed by that being true of me, that's the kind of person I am. And I will say this, it's getting better. It's getting better every year, fewer and fewer eruptions, partly because I continue to engage and challenge the very things that trigger me. In other words, train your weakness, like they say in CrossFit, like go towards it. Try to learn, slowly at first and then get deeper into it, how to handle situations that normally drove you into bad behavioral patterns. And so by allowing myself the opportunity to learn how to maintain esoteric machinery, and now my next step that I'm going to learn auto mechanics. I have a friend who's offered, and I'm bought an old truck, and I'm going to just start learning the one thing that I avoided for 60 years, working on cars. I'm going to learn how to do that too next, because I know now that I can rewire my brain in the same way that I can rewire my muscles by training them. I can rewire my neurology by working on it. I can actually make improvements in, this old dog can learn new tricks. Like I've learned that for myself. So I spent a day figuring that out and I share it with you. Ciao, my friends.